Hey, good morning, everybody. How you all doing? Y'all know who this is. This is your boy, Rob Thomas Jr., and this is the real news behind the news. Oh, yeah, today is very rainy, April 28th, Tuesday, here in Shreveport, Louisiana. The weather's pretty bad outside, y'all, and it's real gloomy. And, first and foremost, I want to apologize for not being able to put out a video over the last few days. Been kind of ill and trying to get my blood pressure leveled out. It had me down, feeling pretty bad. So that's the reason why I haven't been doing any of these videos the last few days. Also, I want to thank one of our subscribers who came and unexpectedly yesterday and blessed us, which actually is putting me in a position where I'm able to go get some medication today to try to, like I say, level my blood pressure out. Once again, I thank you for that. You know who you are. Keep on being a blessing. Keep being blessed and keep on being a blessing. Um, what we want to talk about today is something it's gonna be a hell of a problem to them actually trying to reopen the economy. Now, I want to go ahead and start this video, even though I know that there's nobody watching at the present moment. So since there's nobody watching, I'm gonna kind of stall out a little bit to maybe we can get one or two people. I know that my notifications, notifications for my videos have been coming late. Some people are telling me it'll be almost 12 hours before they even receive a notification on these videos. So I know a lot of people are gonna watch it secondary, secondhand. Um, Not live, but as you're watching live, what we're going to be talking about is the unemployment catch 22. Now, what has happened back when a couple of weeks ago when the United States government started creating stimulus packages to try to help ease the financial impact on a lot of the workers who are affected by the COVID-19 virus. A lot of people were laid off. A lot of companies, shut down their doors. Part of that stimulation package was something called the CARE Act. And under the CARE Act, those people who were affected by the COVID-19 virus and who have been laid off due to this virus, they are not only going to be eligible for state benefits. What's going on, Brother Anthony? They're not going to be, they're going to be eligible for the state unemployment benefits, but the federal government themselves is adding an extra $600 per week to the state's unemployment benefits, meaning that the average person now that's getting unemployment will be making close to $700 a week. $700. Hey there, Miss Holly, how you doing? They're going to be making $700 per week. Now that is a great thing because I'm all for the government helping the citizen, which is what the government's part of the government responsibility is. But it's also going to create a catch-22. Now that they're trying to reopen the government and these businesses, to try to get the economy rolling. But guess what happens now? You have a lot of people who probably went to work a 40-hour work week, and they're probably making minimum wage or a little bit above, and they barely brought home, in most cases, just say $525 every 2 weeks. Now you are giving these people $700 a week. What you think gonna happen when it's time for the employer to call those employees back? Now they go from making $700 a week back to $525 every 2 weeks. Can y'all see the problem looming on the horizon? How many people are going to be willing to go back and give up that money? Because you're talking about a difference of $2,800 per month for this person, or go back to making barely $1,000 per month. Let me ask you a question. Which one would you choose? The $700 a week or the $525 every 2 weeks? This is going to be the catch-22, and you see a problem going to be looming. A lot of these businesses are not going to be able to reopen when it comes time for them to reopen, because I mean, just common sense. Most employees are going to try to hold out as long as they can. Now, so what we do like to suggest, I'm trying to apply for this unemployment, but me having my own business, being a freelancer, it's kind of hard. There's a lot of paperwork and stuff I got to fill out, a lot of hoops I got to jump through, a lot of red tape that I have to cut through. But hopefully I can get me some of that $700 a week. I sure could use it. But it's gonna be something to see how these businesses are going to handle that, and how the federal government is going to handle it, because they're saying they're going to make these payments every week to every person's unemployment check every week up until July. I think it was July. So we wanted to talk about that. Also, there was something else on my mind I just wanted to bring up briefly. It slips my mind right now. Y'all have to forgive me, because again, I'm just now recovering from this, this blood pressure thing, man. It had my headaches. I mean, was so terrible, man. It was a couple of days I just could not even get out of bed. So right now, I'm kind of still in a little fog, but we were talking about the unemployment thing. It was, man, I can't think of this other conversation I wanted to get off into, and it's dealing with the unemployment situation. But I don't know. I'll figure it'll come back to me. But yeah, it's going to be a big problem when they try to reopen these businesses, and people are going to have to go back. I mean, from making $700 a week back to you know what I'm saying, $250 every week. It's going to be something to behold. I'm trying to just, hopefully somebody come in. Maybe I did this video at the wrong time. I know people are watching eventually. A lot of people might be at work right now and not getting a notification, or either just not getting a notification. But we really love to hear you all's comments on it, because actually, again, you all's comments keeps the videos, help me keep flowing in the video, because it gives me more and more content to talk about. But since, right now, I haven't done video in a while, and I'm there, the timing of the day that I chose to do this is probably the reason why we're not getting those views. I'm not going to continue to just talk and ramble on. I mean, you can go back and look at the topic briefly. I see that 2 or 3 people are on now, and what we're doing is talking about the unemployment catch-22, how when they try to reopen this government back up, by the federal government adding that extra $600 a month to people's unemployment. What they say? It's going to be crazy, because again, under the CARE Act, the federal government is adding, I think it's $600 or $700 to everybody's unemployment benefits, which again is taking the average low wage worker who was probably only making $500 every 2 weeks after taxes. Now this person is making $700 a week. Do you think he's going to be ready to go back to work when boss call him back? I'm going to be real. I wouldn't. I mean, why the heck would I go back to McDonald's? I mean, I'm using McDonald's as an example, but why the hell would I go back and work at this restaurant, busting my ass for 40 hours this whole week, and after taxes, I'm barely clearing $260. When for this week, you got a guy that's sitting at the house and getting unemployment, and he's getting $700 a week. And now when that guy's called back to work, he's going to be like, well, sir, I'm not ready yet. I'm already hearing tell of some companies trying to open back up, but their employees are asking them, look, man, we've been through too much financial devastation already. Do you think we can have a couple of more weeks off? Because we can use these $700 a week checks. Oh, I know what it is. Now, I would like to suggest this to a lot of people, because what I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to buy me a pickup truck. I don't know how I'm going to do it, because what's happening is you having a lot of people who are getting this stimulus money, going out buying dumb shit like big screen TVs, brand new Jordans, Nikes and shit, and they're under the impression that just because Donald Trump is telling landlords not to evict people, they're under the impression that they no longer have to pay rent. Now, in some places, they are having rent protests because landlords are still handing out evictions. But I suggest that you take this stimulus money and literally pay your bills with it. Because in a couple of months, you done lived in this man or on this property for free. When it come time and they lift a moratorium on evictions and shit, you 4 months behind now. Oh no, I'm going to try ride it till the wheels fall off. I ain't ready to go back. I know that's real. I know that's real. But you got a lot of people that's getting this money, and just because the federal government again is saying we're not going to allow your landlord to kick you out while this virus is spreading, most people are not there. I actually seen people say, shit, man, I'm going to go get this new TV or I'm going to go get this new iPhone. I'm like, you need to go and pay that man some on his rent that you owe. So what I'm going to do is if I can get some of this $700 a week, I'm finna buy me a truck and a trailer, because in about 4 months, I'm going to make a killing helping people move when they get evicted out these apartments. Use your money wisely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pay your bills with the money. I mean, again, you have to, that is the height of financial irresponsibility. That is the height of immaturity and irresponsibility for you to be getting all this money and neglecting the fact that you still have to pay bills. Evidently, life has changed so much due to this virus that a lot of people are walking around in the fog, because if am I the only one that noticed, it's just not normal. I mean, the days and times are not normal like they used to be. Normally, all of us would be out at work or, you know what I'm saying, doing the things that we've been doing all our lives. But this virus has disrupted life as we know it. Whereas some people have lost their damn mind. You have been blessed to get that $1,200 economic stimulus for your taxes, which I haven't got none of that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are getting getting $700 a week, and you see people blowing it. I mean, just blowing it. I know a person, man, who went out and bought 3 big screen TVs for their house. You know what I'm saying? They had nice size TVs, tried to sell them, and went and bought 3 big screen TVs. It's crazy how this virus has really turned everything upside down. So again, it's just a word of advice or suggestion. Pay your bills with that money, man. Because again, just because the government is in local, state, and federal government are saying that you don't have to pay your water bill right now, we're not going to cut it off. Does that mean you don't have to pay your water bill? No, what happens is as the months roll on, that water bill, that balance is steadily accumulated. So whereas when did they start to just say early March, your water bill was $150. Now here it is, late April, and even though they're saying you might get a cutoff notice, we're not going to cut your water off during the time of this crisis, this pandemic. But what happens when the crisis is eased? Now your water bill went from $150, now you owe $400 and all that stimulus money gone. How you going to pay it? So my suggestion is pay your bills, man. Even though they can't kick you out your house right now, you better pay your rent. Because there's going to come a point where they're going to be able to kick you out your house. And now you 3-4 months behind on that rent when you had all this money to take care of it. Again, that's the height of selfishness and irresponsibility. And again, I don't know how it's going to pan out, but I do see trouble on the horizon when it's time for these jobs to open back up and they're ready to call these employees back to work, and they ain't going to be able to get these employees because those employees are making almost 3 times now just sitting at home watching TV than they would be out there working on your job. It's catch-22. It's kind of like it's going to backfire. So I want to see how that's going to play out. I want to see exactly how this is going to play out, y'all. And we all going to watch it play out together. But again, I apologize that I haven't been able to do these videos lately because, like I say, my blood pressure was up, you know, other illnesses. Hell, at one point, I thought I had COVID-19. I was sitting around here scared of mud, man. But, you know, God is good. And, you know, here I am today. And again, we're going to try to keep the consistency up, try to put the videos out. But again, We don't want to just keep talking about COVID-19 or nothing, or do a video that really doesn't have any substance. We always try to give you real good content here at the Real News Behind the News. We try to bring up content that challenges you to think. Like we did a video, we're going to start doing a video every Sunday on Facebook where we challenge organized religion. Now keep in mind, I'm not here to judge anybody's personal faith or belief in God personally. Yes, man, we all need to pray for each other. I'm not trying to challenge anybody's personal faith or belief in God. But I am going to start challenging organized religion because it is nonsense. It's all, it's nothing. Organized religion is nothing more than, I guess you can say, a tool of those ruling bodies, those ruling powers, to keep those who are unknowledgeable under control. They use God in their philosophical thinking to mesmerize you and to control you by saying that God told me to tell you to do this, and if you don't do it, you're going to be violating God's law and you're going to hell. Especially Christianity. So as the days go on, I'm gonna put the link up to my Facebook page, and y'all can see that video that I did where it was crazy because I was challenging. I was, just doing what I do. I was not trying to offend nobody, but a lot of times you'll notice when I do this stuff on Facebook, I deliberately talk in a tone and a manner to antagonize people. Sometimes I can talk in a tone and a manner to be sympathetic. Words mean a lot, and if you can master words, you can know how to say one word in a certain tone, and it can mean 3 or 4 different things. So this Sunday I started out, and I was just talking about how God, the concept of God, has been misconstrued and has now been weaponized against the people, because you have Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism. You have all these different religions saying that their God is the only God and that their version of God is right. When in reality, especially now, my conversation was mostly on Christianity, Muslims, and Jews. And I had 3 guys. Now keep in mind, these guys are very intelligent men. These guys are well educated, have their own business. One of them is a high-ranking police officer here, and they follow me, and we always have good conversations and debate. And during the process of that conversation, they said God created himself out of nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? If you sat down and had a bunch of retarded 8th graders, and you told them that at first in the beginning there was nothing, God created himself. I'm like, first of all, if there's nothing, where did he get the material? Where did he get the protons, the neutrons, the atoms, the hydrogen? None of that existed. So how could he take nothing and make himself? What you said is right about how you should manage your stimulus money. Be smart with it. Exactly. But we went deep into it, and I'm like, I see how powerful organized religion is to fuck over people's mind when you have intellectual men who give up all logic and reason to believe a lie that has been passed down and from generation to generation. So we're gonna actually do a lot more on that subject, talking about religion and how it is being used to brainwash and control the masses. Classic example, all these preachers. That is crazy, isn't it crazy? You're telling me God, when there was nothing, he created himself. Because I asked the question that, I made the statement, I say, one question that everybody on this planet asks at one time or another is, who created God? But nowadays, if you ask that question to as a child, you ask that to your parent, or as an adult, you ask that to your pastor, they're going to tell you, well, son, some things is just not meant for us to know. And I'm like, why the fuck not? We are created in God's image, means we have a mind to question. We have a mind to think. So I'm questioning, where did God come from? Who created God? oh, he created himself. How could something create themselves? Nothing can create itself. But especially if nothing exists, then how could he create himself out of nothing when there's no material for him to create himself? So again, I'm like, that's the craziest shit I ever heard. But with people like me, they'll call me a heathen. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm asking true questions. When I say that your organized religion is bullshit, it's really just that. It's organized brainwashing of religious indoctrination. That's all organized religion is. If you go into a church, a mosque, a synagogue, a temple, or anything like that, and you feel that this is what you have to do to get close to God, you got it wrong. God is in us. We are part of the creation. The universe is one great consciousness. We are all plugged into the universe like the Matrix. Think about it like this. When you pray, is there a mailman that comes from heaven to pick your prayers up and take it to God? No. How do your prayers get heard? Through telekinesis. Telekinetically, your prayers are coming from your spirit in tune with the universe, the consciousness, that one great consciousness that we are all plugged into. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy how religion has people in a box in their thinking. They refuse to get outside that box because pastor, grandma, and aunties and uncles been telling us these fairy tales all our lives. And now when anybody comes along to question and challenge it, you automatically put up a wall and block them out, because when you ask the question, all right, the story of Noah's Ark, he said all these animals, he's put all these animals on a boat, and it rained 40 days and 40 nights. My question is, how the fuck did the polar bears get all the way from the North Pole and walk through the desert to get on that boat? The penguins, the seals, how did they get from the North Pole to where Noah was? First and foremost, another question I got, how is they going to feed all them animals for 40 days and 40 nights? Do you realize how much meat a tiger eats? Do you realize how much meat a bear eats? Do you realize how much meat a lion eats? Well, the boat, just when you look at the dimensions of the boat, there is no way in the fuck this story could have happened the way the Bible said it happened. But Christians just go say God can do everything. It was a miracle. That shit would have had to been a miracle on top of a miracle. Because like I said, it would have had to be a miracle just for the polar bears to get all the way from the North Pole to the desert. So we're going to go deeper into that conversation. We might just do that on our next video. I'm going to bring up some interesting facts on just how the numbers alone, the science of the flood, that story alone, none of that could have been possible. It's just a fairy tale. You see what I'm saying? But religious people believe it, take it word for word. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up, man, and I'm gotta go try to get this medication, get my blood pressure leveled out. I really appreciate y'all for joining us. I really do thank you all for all this love and support y'all show us. Again, man, hit the like button on these videos. Share these videos, man. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe to our channel, because, again, YouTube is they're not sending out the notifications in a timely manner. And for some reason, they're holding up my videos. I guess they're reviewing them in real time before they allow them to go forward. Because there's something that you also got to remember that's happening with this virus. All your social media outlets, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, they're actually censoring a lot of content in real time that they feel that does not line up with the government's narrative of what's going on. So y'all, let me get up. We're gonna. I can't promise y'all we'll do another video today. I'm gonna try to, but I know I'm gonna do it every day. I'm gonna try to do a video on a day-to-day basis from this point on. Thank y'all for y'all love, support, man. Till y'all see me on another one of these videos, y'all be blessed. But before I go, spend your money wisely, man. Don't go out there buying all this bullshit. You know, every week you going to buy 3-4 outfits now because you got $700 a week. Pay your rent. If anything, shit, if you get enough, pay your rent. As it go on a monthly basis, keep it current, and also pay for it. I mean, shit, if you get enough money, you should pay your rent 2 months ahead. So that way, when you do go back to work, you'll have a cushion, just in case anything goes on. But you go around there, fuck around buying all these big screen TVs, guess what? Pawn shops gonna make a killing in about another 5 months. They gonna be buying. I mean, shit. There's gonna be so many big screen TVs at the pawn shop. You gonna be able to get them for a dime for a dozen. So again, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share. Y'all be blessed.